Hello YouTube, welcome to another video, and today we have civil war raging again. Not in my new kingdom, in the old kingdom, 3259. Let's go and see what it started about this time. Right then. Well, we've already had one civil war when I was there. This is the 3259 position in all of KVK, which is still ongoing. It has been pretty constant throughout. We saw some fighting there at the beginning. It didn't go particularly well, as you can tell by being zone locked. Nothing exciting happening here, but we go to the homeland. The homeland looks pretty bad, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, wasn't too far off. So the alliance I was always a member of, R59P, is now being detached from the Lost Temple, and R59L is taking it. And I shall read you the whys and wherefores in a minute. Their central fortress is burning. They were always the biggest alliance. They're now down to 99 members. Leader, all these guys. And L, it's not that much stronger either, but it looks like they're winning this war. More members, more power, so it looks like they're probably winning. Well, I was going to do a video. I'll tell you what, I did do a video a long time ago, about 2-3 weeks, called Why I Left 3259, and I put it online, and then I thought, this is a bit of a whingy video, so I deleted it, and I never released it. I'm kind of going to paraphrase it today, after we see what started this particular war. So, here we go. Kingdom 3259, this is a king message to everyone. Why war? Hello players, I hope you're all fine. A civil war has started. No one wanted it to come down to this, but it has. The reason behind it is pretty complex. If I put it in simple words, there's been a lot of instability from RP's leadership for a while. Still, everyone in the council was trying their best to unify the kingdom in future and find a solution to the instability. Suddenly, one day, RP falls into the hands of a newcomer, who I assume is OP Caracas. Who I must interject here and say is a really good guy. He's the one guy from 59 I thought, this guy's good. Anyway, back to where we go. Newcomer isn't a bad thing, causing more instability, kingdom's getting unstable in every way. This instability led to many players being unhappy and many fighters wanting to leave the kingdom. Council tried to resolve things regarding the matter and offer a big merger for the greater good. Blah blah blah. The response of RP's R5 was different than the expectations. He said it will not merge, nor will he pass or share the R5. And then yada yada. Let's make 3259 a home for warriors, not farmers. What's the plan for the future? Plan is simple and will bring good change in the kingdom. There will be two alliances. One will be a main and the other will be secondary. Setting up a new council, MGE committee, internal affair handler group. Later on can merge into one big and strong alliance depending on the situation. Aim will be to make 3259 a better kingdom and recruit more and more warriors so we can win the future KVKs. Fairness will be taken care more strictly and everything will be equal and totally fair. You want to see that kind in which everyone... Blah, blah, blah. Those who don't come to the battlefield will not be attacked. Fair enough. If you're present in RP, leave and join another alliance. If you want to stay neutral, in that case as well, leave RP. Any additional player than the resistors will not be zeroed. Any player who would want to leave the kingdom will have the right to migrate from the kingdom without being harmed, but if you choose to stay in RP, you might be in danger and get affected by attacks. Thanks for reading Brighter. Brighter, I think English is his 4th, 5th or 6th language. The fact he has such command over English is frankly superb, I'll be completely honest. Right, so what do I think? Well, I was in RP for the duration of my time in 59. They are now being cut off. Let's see if there's any fighting. Bright is the one doing the burning. Doesn't look like there's any fighting. Now, you would imagine that I would defend RP, but here's a blanket statement I feel a bit bad and whingy saying. 3259 is an awful kingdom. It really, 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 really is. The problem they had was they just went, and I've seen this problem, done it myself. When I'm king in my kingdom, I've completely made this mistake. They just went for power and they let in people who bought accounts and don't have the ongoing ability to support the account. And as such, they got absolutely, well, not they, I was part of it, got absolutely crushed in KVK2, as, to be honest, was no surprise. So when I say it's an awful kingdom, I kind of mean the leadership in RP was never very... look, I'm still an ambassador, which probably... I made this because Penguin, no, not the best with computer stuff, so I helped him do this. I do think this Nova chap is excellent. King Penguin was a really good guy, but real life came in his way and he's not had much chance to play. Basically, there's no active leadership. Let's see who it is now. This guy's a really good player. He's got a new account with loads of kill points and he knows what he's doing. Big spender as well. This person's a very, very, very strong account. Don't really know the other players anymore. I know a lot of fighters left and are leaving 3259, and the problem is it just doesn't have the strength to justify the seed it has. Like, it was towards the middle of seed A, and the fact it's been zone locked or KVK says a lot for it. Let's see how the third alliance is looking. Yeah, so many big players have left. There was so much promise in 59. We were the rising star for so long. There was a civil war. The Civil War gang from 60. Admittedly, they didn't cause this, but the Civil War gang at the beginning, they kind of ruined a lot of it. There was a lot on both sides. Dear old Brighter, who I have a lot of time for, there was some issues with him as well at the beginning. Issues with a lot of people. I was delighted to not be part of leadership, but I was not delighted to see the kingdom, which was really strong, get a lot weaker, which is continuing to happen here. I have it on good authority that R59P cannot build any flags, cannot repair any flags, cannot do anything really, because before this civil war started, one of the R4s from 59P was an insider from L and basically spent all the credits. So it's not looking good for these guys. I hope Hawk's alright. Hawk's a great guy. And I hope everyone's all right. There's so many nice people in this kingdom. Rock is about money. I can say this more than anyone else because this channel predominantly focuses on this account, which is a completely free-to-play account. And I know that if you don't have the money to spend on Rock, you're going to get beaten by people who have. The fact that 59 got so thoroughly defeated in KVK2 was in many ways a symptom of the lack of spending, which is no problem. You don't criticize people not spending on computer games. It's idiots like me who spend on the computer game that we should all say, what an idiot, why are you doing this? So 65, bigger spenders, better players, bigger players, beat us. 60, there was no real fight there because we went 2v1 against 65, and the very fact we were so thoroughly destroyed is a real testament to the strength and spending power of 65. So in some ways, I kind of understand what's happening in 59. Like, there did need to be a reckoning at some point. They did need to say, this kingdom isn't working. What are we going to do about it? So you kind of needed a war of some thoughts. It's a shame it happened. I hope no one I knew is getting zeroed, but it's a bit of a Hail Mary to save it. The problem is it's another civil war in an already unstable kingdom. There was always talk of arguments between the leaders. Let's see how much this alliance has. Yeah, so the big power players seem to have left the kingdom already. I do unfortunately feel it's a case of rats leaving a sinking ship. And the reason I left, well, I was always going to leave to go to KVK2, and I'm delighted I got into 10 because, you know, this kingdom's the 3265 of our KVK. In fact, the next video will be about our 3v5 KVK and the seedings. I'm looking forward to doing that one, and I feel we're very favourite to win the 3v5, us being the 3. Anyway, back to this. All the big players are leaving. I felt, you know, I was always going to leave to go to KVK2. I sort of sped my approach up somewhat, seeing the performance of 59 in KVK2 and just thinking, Jesus Christ. So, you know, fair play to them for actually doing something differently. As to who's right or who's wrong, I don't know. Nor do I care, really. I've left. I think I'm very much not the only person who's left. A lot of the people I know in there are leaving. It's just, I think this video, it's not me criticizing anyone, because, hey, there's a lot of people in 59 who are really active at the beginning and then work took over, life took over. Absolutely fine. Life takes over sometimes. It's a computer game. We shouldn't forget that. It's more of a lament against a really good jumper project that started so well, was set to become, I mean, it started like 3310 has, maybe not quite as high level, but not too far off. So much spending, so many strong accounts, and it just fell down until this kingdom. I don't know what's going to become of it. I predict it's not going to go too well. I hope it recovers. I spent 6 months there. I hope the people who stay there manage to make a good fist of it. I do like them all individually, but I felt 59 got a lot of things wrong. The migration for KVK2 was the main thing, which was really, really badly organized. Not just by L, but by P as well. There was no organization in P. They asked me to organize it, politely declined. There was just nothing, no real sense of future planning. So maybe this will save them, but sadly it looks like the civil war in 59 is raging on for now. It doesn't look like it's actually much of a civil war. It just seems they've burned a fortress and no resistance, which probably says it all, to be honest. Anyway, next video will be about the matchmaking seeding in 3310. I have the figures for the power level of the kingdoms we're allying with and against. It's quite a fair match, actually. So we'll see how that works out. But for now, I bid you a fond farewell, 59. I hope you can come back from this, but yeah, it don't look good, does it? Anyway, ciao for now, people. I'll see you next time.